Hello, welcome to another spicy deck profile, and this time we have none other than FTK, Grass is Greener, Mayakashi, Mill. I know, it's a lot to hear, but this is what we're doing. So the deck transformed a lot over the stream, and I'm just gonna say this is kind of what we ended with. So we're running Unizombie, we run one Baldric, we run Necro World Banshee. The only thing I will say is if you have another zombie world, probably we should play 2 zombie world, just in case you mill one. But the whole point of this deck is you get a soul absorbing bone tower, you get your Hajin with your Daki, and then you mill your opponent a million times by summoning all these cards. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to think, because every time you summon a synchro monster, you also summon this card, so that equals 4 cards. So every synchro is 4 cards. So if you synchro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would be 20 cards. And then if you have another level 1 out, which is very likely if you milled like Yuki from your deck, you'd be able to go into 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 16, and then you could go into here, then here, and that would be another 8. So unless they're running like a 50 to 60 card deck, you should be able to 100% mill someone if you get the combo off correctly. But let's get into the games. You guys can see how the games go. These games were done in Plat 3. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. A lot of tryhards there. So welcome to game number 1, and our hand is looking sexy, almost as sexy as Rune Force. Actually, never mind. He used Ash Blossom. He is now ugly. But it's actually good because we have a second grass, which is always, you know what's better than 1 grass? 2 grasses, just in case. We're gonna activate Glow Up Bloom. And he activates Matsi, so that's 2 hand traps. Woohoo! So pretty much what we want to do here, we're pretty much going to just try and set up Zombie World with Baldric. Never mind. Our opponent's going to effect Veiler us. Oh well. Our opponent's playing mono hand traps while we're playing an actual deck. And so we have to pass because he stopped everything. Okay, this is a really odd play, but he just must have nothing else in hand. Only reason why you would do this. So he goes into Masquerade. He adds Aliber, but remember, he used his normal summon. So his Aliber and 1 blank card that he didn't get rid of. He got rid of 2 Tragedies instead. So, well, we have full combo to kill him, so let's see what we got. We add the Mayakashi card. Mizuku's gonna summon the Unizombie. Unizombie, I can get Zombie World online, and he effect failures, which is actually good for us because now we can kill him. And you might say, Fatzoid, how can you kill him? Well, we're gonna have to kill him the old-fashioned way by beating his ass. Alright, so we're getting burned like crazy here. We're gonna stop that right now. So with Yuku Ono's ability, this is our Link 4. What it does is when a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0, and then negate the effects. So we can just negate this Masquerade, which also makes it very easy. We just have to get 2 more big monsters on the field, he's dead. I'm going to activate Necro World Banshee, and our opponent concedes because they're a crybaby. Pretty much what was going to resolve, we were going to be able to set up our Baldric, and the only card left in his hand is Aliber. So if we stop Aliber, unless he drew something crazy, we're probably going to cinch the match. I just feel like people give up pretty quick in this. I feel like if he played it out, he could have had a chance. Hey, we're here for game number 2, and our hand is looking pretty decent. It's actually pretty good. Because we have that terraforming in hand. So terraforming will be able to add that zombie world. Now we can activate Zombie World and then use Dark World Dealings to discard Glow Up Bloom, which will get our Baldric onto the field. Which is a pretty good start to the turn. So this, I'm gonna actually, I do want to say this. This was, oh, we do have Baron. How come are we locked into zombies? Oh, we're locked into zombies because of Glow Bloom. Okay, that's why we didn't go into Baron. Alright, if I knew that, we probably should have just gone to Mizuku. Just saying. But Vampire Sucker is also risky to go into just because your opponent could have a Called by the Grave. And there it is. So I guess our opponent does have it. Dude, I always raged every time they Called by the Grave. It feels like they Called by the Grave Baldric, like, literally, like, every fucking match. It's, like, rare. And then I got Harpies. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. I already see that. I'm starting to remember this match. Yeah, we're about to take a fucking beating. I summon Zap Big Boy. Boom. Our opponent gets so lucky this game. Holy shit. It's actually kind of crazy. So at least we're combo. Combo, combo, combo. I'm gonna say the Mayakashi, like the recurring effects of Mayakashi is so annoying. So he torrential tributes the board because if he doesn't do that and we go into a 5, we're actually gonna be able to recur all the effects. So he had to do it on the 3, right? So kind of annoying. But he top decks. Tell me how crazy that is. The guy top decks Card of Demise and then perfect cards here. He gets a passive, like literally the best card in his deck, which is the field spell. And then I activate Unizombie. Well, the effect gets negated. Mizuku's effect activates, which lets us bring that back. This is actually going to get another one of these. And then we get Torrential Tributed again. Yo, yikes. Alright. Well, third time's a charm. Let's try it again. Let's keep trying it each turn. Let's go, guys. Okay. This is actually kind of important here. So now we set up our mill strategy. So if he doesn't negate this mill card, we could just mill out his old deck, which is actually really powerful. We went through all our Mizukis. Remember, if you go into a any Mayakashi card, even if it's a link, it will bring back Daki, which is actually super important. So you go into Yuki, which is going to trigger our... don't disregard the second Daki. I was doing this to just troll my opponent. And then he negates my... We're going to actually fast forward through this because the triggers are kind of a lot. But, yeah, we were able to combo off at least. Pretty much what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be killing our opponent. Because if we can't kill him with mill, and our opponent always seems to, for some reason, to have like the perfect answer to any time we're trying to mill them. It's kind of annoying. Go there. It's kind of weird how this card, you can only have one of these on the field. So if you try and special summon it, it won't let you do the other one, which is kind of funny. So I did a lot of trolling there. Then we're gonna activate her effect. Boom. At this point, we could go into the 9, but we're just like, alright, he's just dead on board. Boom, GG. That shit was annoying as fuck, though, right? I mean, that's triggering. Hello, we're here for game number 3, and our hand is kind of it's actually pretty good for the left arm offering. It's not too bad. We did get rid of a Mizuki, though, which kind of sucks. But we're able to hit a glow up balloon from that. And another Mizuki's in the graveyard. So we can summon this Unizombie. I think that's pretty important. We're able to set up this Baldric. Beautiful. Zombie World. Zombie World action. Pretty sick. Vampire Sucker. Suck. Alright. So, what is our opponent going to do? We get our Baldric. This happens. So, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't negate the Ash, but the reason I don't negate, hindsight 2020, is I think the one card I draw is worth less than me negating a vital card that he has. So that's the reason why I didn't. So, yep, that gets negated. It's fine. And then he Harpies, obviously. So Baldric is a lot worse now. And then we see he's playing Nimron. Fucking cringe as shit. But we're going to be fine because we have Fairy Tale Snow in the graveyard. So we activate the Snow. That's gonna actually... We're actually doing this to protect the monster, because he has to choose between killing something here. But he ends up drop-litting. Which honestly is fine to me. Because if I have no outs to Mech Knight. But the thing is, I have no outs to Infinity Track either. Like, I have no outs to any massive monster. At least one that's, like, unaffected by monster effects. So he goes into Infinity Track. Again, I have nothing to beat it. But our opponent has a field spell. And that means Baldric can play as a tank for a while. And just keep getting his ass beat. Sometimes your boys gotta take one for the team, you know? That's kind of what... Baldric's being a real homie right now. Eccentric is gonna fucking annihilate. I could have snowed here, but I think the 7 cards in the graveyard is worth more than the 4k life points at this moment. Baldric's gonna come out. Again, we can't really do anything here. If I summon Mizuki and attack, I had nothing to go into, so... Fucking, that's why I hate doing these at night sometimes, because I get tired. Okay, so this I should be able to combo off here. So Gozoki sends another Gozoki, which this is actually, this is I want to give props to myself. This is like massive, like 12 million IQ play. So we send Gozoki to the graveyard to special summon Ash, because remember we have no more Mizukus in the graveyard. We only have one, right? And we need that one to summon the soul absorbing bone thing, right? So now Mizuku is going to summon that. And now... Because this is our win con. Our win con is milling our opponent. So here we go. Mill 2. Mill another 2. So he has 26 cards in the graveyard. And remember, every time you summon, it's 4 cards or mill. So honestly, we just need... What's 26 divided by 4? Fuck, dude, calculator. Hard. 26 divided by 4. 6.5 activations. So 7 activations he does. A few more. Now you might be saying, well, you're kind of done with the activations, right? No, because remember, we use grass. So I'm going to use Yuki. And our opponent concedes. We're going to link climb all the way back up. That would have gave us enough, and he would have died on his turn from the mill. So that's why the mill was actually pretty good in the deck, because we had nothing to go over that monster. We had nothing to beat it besides milling. Hello, game number 4, and our hand's actually looking pretty good. We're going to terraform before we grass, because I don't want to mill the zombie world. And then here we grass, summon zombie world. Mizuku is going to be able to grab the Unizombie. Pretty much everything in my world is coming to fruition. This is pretty much the massive combo. Like, this is like instant OTK, like FTK, if we're able to do this. We get Effect Veilered on the Bone, which is kind of annoying. So, no more FTK. FTK is gone. The dream is gone. Just like most of my dreams. Gone in the wind. And then we get Nibiru. So, yeah. Honestly, I'm not even sure why they Effect Veilered there, because if they're planning on Nibiruing, I mean, you really didn't want to get milled 4 cards. Is that really going to be a detriment? Like, it's kind of crazy, because you see what deck he ends up playing, too? It's kind of wild. So we go into Baldric. He ends up dropletting my Baldric, because he's a fucking loser. Sorry, I don't want to be mean, but I get annoyed by this shit. He's playing Ignister, so like, wouldn't you want cards in the graveyard? I don't know, kind of fucking wacky to me. It could have been 4 cards he put in the graveyard. It could have been good, you know. But I do want to point something out. This is why Zombie World is the GOAT. Zombie World beats a lot of decks. Wow, you just went blurry there. Zombie World beats a lot of decks, and this is one of the decks that will struggle against Zombie World. He's going to have a hard time going into a OTK access code line, because remember, Transcode Talker can only grab Cyberus, but everything in the graveyard is a zombie. So really his out is actually going into Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of Zombie World. That's his out. Our opponent's just fucked. Like, he can't get any of his activations to really do anything for him. We top deck Reasoning, which could be good. Yep. And we get the Plague Breaking Zombie. You know what's unfortunate? I actually don't have... In this list, I didn't have the Baron. You should run Baron just because it's so good with the Plague, with the Zombie. Just because Baldric makes easy Barons, you know what I mean? There's no reason not to run it. And now we're going to be able to use Baldric's effect. We're going to banish the Templar, Dark Templar. And the reason why we do that is because... so Yoki Ono, in case he has another negate, Yoki Ono's ability has a secondary ability where it negates any activated effects of your opponent's banished monsters. So if for some reason he deals with Zombie World, his Dark Templar still, he can't set up his boss monster because I'll be negating Dark Templar. So that's the whole reason we did that. So he top decks, we get our Baldric. It's on the field. And he has another droplet. But this time he can only pick between the two. He picks Baldric. So I'm actually feeling completely fine because Yoki Ono, like I said, will shut our opponent out from actually being able to play the game. He goes into Ignister, and then he suicides. GG. Zombie World OP. Hello, we're here with game number 5, and our hand is kind of ass. Gotta go with that Xena Zombie, though. Pretty much what we want to be doing here is setting up, what is it, Zombie World with Doom King. If you can go into Doom King Balrog, it's better than trying to get your combo up, because your combo is kind of flimsy. Like, let's be honest, there's no way I was getting the combo up anyway. Like, our hand was kind of ass. We have the cards in hand, but we have no way of summoning all of them, so... Unless you're running like double summoning or some weird shit like that. But I think that's not a very good card. Vampire Sucker grabs us a card. It's a left arm offering. Very good card. Fractal, Branded Fusion. Dude, this Zombie World, it's tough, dude. It's going to be tough to play against it. Remember, Tri-Brigade cards? They don't work. They have to banish Beast, Wing Beast, and all that other shit. They're all zombies right now. So, you're about to see the biggest misplay in my life. And it's not necessarily a misplay. So we're going to summon Boot Baldric. Here we go. Alright, so I should have not done this. I'll tell you this right now. What I should have done, right, because I was being greedy, is I should have just normal summoned Hajin, the winged guy, and just comboed off because my opponent is in a lock, right? He's locked down by Zombie World and Baldric. So we should just play this like a control deck at this point, right? Because we already know what he's playing. He is playing Tri-Brigade weird shit, right? So what we should have done was summon this and then do that. But instead, we go with Left Arm Offering, we lose our entire hand, and then he Solemn Judgments me. Where if he Solemned my normal summon, we still have cards in our hand to follow up with. This kind of, we put all our eggs in one basket and it failed. So, in my defense though, I'm gonna pause this for a second. In my fucking defense though, what Tri-Brigade deck that's running Branded Fusion is running fucking Solemn Judgment? It's so fucking weird. At the end of the what do you call it? Like when we check the deck too, he's running 3 Solemn Judgments. He was running like 9 traps with 2 Lord of Heavenly. It was a very fucking weird deck. It was a really oddly made deck. But we're gonna take 1200. Took a big what was that? Like I think 3100, 3k. So Baldric comes back. Honestly, another tilting one, because if we had Baron, we could have gone into Baron right here. But again, we don't have fucking Baron. We're gonna activate Baldric's effect though. I'm gonna banish that because that's gonna be the big. That's pretty much the card that's killing the Baldric right now. So we're kind of turning this over right now. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. And here's another thing too. If you had a second Zombie World in this deck, we actually would be able to activate the Necroworld. What do you call it? Necroworld Banshee. So see how he uses Solemn Judgment here, and then now he's gonna be able to summon. Well, let's just show you what I'm talking about. So he Solemn Judgment here is at 800. He special summons this Lord of Heavenly Prison, right? Now he has Monster Reborn. We're fucked. We're fucked if he gets this off, because now he just attacks Monster Reborns and then he has the lock, right? So, if I had a second Zombie World like you guys should have, right? We would be able to attack here, activate Banshee to grab Zombie World. Baldric's effect activates, we banish Lord, and then we attack for game. But since we can't do that, it doesn't really fucking matter, right? So now this goes there, that goes there, he attacks. Main phase 2, Monster Reborn, I'm fucked. And he sets a card. Dark World Dealings, we hit Snow. Honestly, Snow did not really fucking matter at all. But we activate it anyways, and it's a Called by the Grave. If you're wondering why I banished Zombie World there, if I activate Snow and Snow's still a zombie, he just negates it with Baldric. If I remove Zombie World, Snow actually goes through. It really would have done nothing anyway. Like I said, we fucked up in the beginning, and then we had a deck fuck up in the middle, and that's kind of what made us lose it. Hello and welcome to the final game against the Zoo. Our hand again is not ideal, but it is what it is. Hold on. Why didn't I activate this? Wait. Huh. Oh, because okay, I kind of understand. I still should have activated the Glow Up Bloom. That's kind of strange. But oh no, this was like one of the first games I played, just to show out. I think it was to show out the combo. Yeah, this is one of the first games I played. Because in the beginning we didn't have Baldric because we couldn't afford it. So this is kind of like a cheeky little like, oh, we're gonna combo him This was kind of to prove the combo works. Look at it. The combo works. We kept editing the deck throughout the night, so the deck got a lot more refined. And he has imperm for that. Kind of cringe. But as you see, our opponent is playing floateries. And yeah, they got kind of boned. Floateries cannot beat Zombie World. So as long as you protect this Zombie World, you're gonna win the game. So let's just fast forward this, because this shit takes fucking forever. Go to Yoko. Go into Gosh. Bam. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Attack him for a whole bunch. Go into Yugioh. Alright, big misstep. You should always... I was undervaluing how good Yugioh was in the beginning. You should always go into the Link 4. The Link 2 sucks a fat cock. It's so bad. This was in the beginning of me playing, though, because I was like... I wasn't really in tune. And then our opponent actually goes into the mischievous Rango. Honestly, Yugioh, the Link 4 would have done nothing for this either way. So this is actually... In hindsight, it was actually better to do what I did. Because we have no outs to this right now, right? He would have just destroyed this and we have nothing left. So actually, big brain on my part. Sometimes fucking up makes you make the correct play. Ideally. So now that we can special summon monsters again, we should be able to kill our opponent. He attacks here, attacks here. I like the mill. Oh, we hit a really good card on the mill too, the Yuki Musan. Then we activate that. Boom. And our opponent concedes. Dude, people concede. When people see you're about to fucking like OTK them with the whole combo, dude, they concede so fucking fast. It's hilarious. It's so funny. The only reason why I didn't show any matches where, like, a lot of matches where I would, like, FTK the opponent is because, like, a lot of times they would just leave the game instantly if they had nothing to stop it. So it was, like, kind of boring. But let's get into the deck profile. The recap. Hello! Side note, since I'm making this video, the ban list just dropped, which is kind of fucking crazy. It looks like they are going to be banning Farrier Statue of the Stormwinds, which is fucking hilarious. Thank the heavens. Flow will still be a very strong deck, but having this oppressive card to having to play over too, on top of everything else the deck does, and the deck consistently gets this card out very easily. Thank you, Jesus, for giving us this. This is amazing. Cards to be semi-limited, anti-spell fragrance. Another good change. This is a one I am the most happy about. Galatea, the Orcus Automatum. This card is... I had no idea why it was at 1. It is like one of the main engine cards for fucking Orcus. So like Orcus was infinitely weaker because this card was at 1. Having it at 1 felt so bad. I can tell you right now, Orcus is going to get a big boost in play. And if it doesn't, then maybe I'm wrong. It'll get a big boost in play by this guy. I can tell you that. I really like Orcus. It's one of the top decks I definitely enjoy. A lot of cool interactions with it. So I'm gonna be pretty happy. I'm pretty happy this is coming off a limited to 1. It's going to 2. Magical Meltdown, who gives a shit? Those people are nerds. All right, let's get back to the recap. Hello, we're here at the recap, and thank you for watching this far. If you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I said so. I'm not going to tell you anything else. I said so, just do it. Other than that, thanks for watching. Also, join the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at? I'm trying to be hip with the kids now. But let's talk about how the deck did. So the deck was a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun playing the deck, even though I thought I was not going to really like it that much. Because the deck is a Galaxy Brain deck. Like, fucking dude, half the time trying to figure out what the fuck's the most optimal play to make is you're gonna go brain broken doing it. Also, making the deck was a lot of fun. Like, just like thinking of what I should do for ratios was pretty interesting. How did the deck actually perform though? We were at Plat 3, and I'm telling you, in the beginning of the stream, I thought we were going to Plat 5. We actually sat around Plat 3. We're pretty much hovering around a 50% win rate. We almost advanced to Plat 2, but then we lost like fucking like 3 games in a row or something. But other than that, I mean, it was like a 50-50 against a bunch of very competitive decks. I feel like that's kind of the best you can hope for, because remember, this deck is very coin flip dependent too. Like, it's a lot better for you to go first than you go second. Unfortunately too, like, I lost a lot of games where I'd play Rivalry with Zombie World, which should shut out most decks, and I just got Harpies immediately, so kind of unlucky. But yeah, the deck's pretty fun. I would definitely, if you have the Dust to Burn, or you already have a lot of these zombie cards, if you have a zombie deck already, right? The Mayakashi cards are not very expensive, right? Most of them are very, very cheap. They're either super rares, normals, or rares. And the only ultra rares you actually need are the Yokos, which you probably need 2. And the Link 4, you need either 2 or 1. So that's really all you need. If you already have a zombie deck, it's pretty easy to make. So that's one thing I will say. Because assuming you have a zombie deck, you have Zombie World, right? But yeah, Baldric definitely held the deck together. I think if you could put in one other Baldric, just in case you get called by, I think that also would help the deck. I'm not really sure where you would remove it, because I don't really want to remove the Soul Absorbing Tower, just because it's really nice to hit off of the... It makes the combo so much easier with the grass looks greener, and it also makes it super easy. Like, let's say you have 2 in the graveyard, and you have 2, you could double Mizuki them onto the field, and then do your full combo, and now you're milling 8 cards. Like, you pretty much mill your opponent in like 5 synchros, which is pretty nuts. But I guess that might be overkill anyway, because most of the time you're just killing your opponent with just 1. Like, one's usually enough to kill them. But I get imprimed a lot. You play this, I'm telling you right now, you play this deck in gold, where you're playing against a lot less try-hard, sweaty losers, and you're playing against a lot less people using hand traps, right? You play this in gold, I guarantee you you'll have a lot more fun with it too, because you're just going to be steamrolling people. And like I said, the deck makes you think, which is I know something very difficult for a lot of you Yu-Gi-Oh players, but here we are. What would I rate this deck on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm gonna rate it a fucking 7. Like, it's not here nor there. I think it's better than that Pendulum deck I was playing the other day. The Valentes, I think it's better than that. I was having way more fun with this too. Way more fun. Because I was playing against way more competitive decks too than the Valentes deck when I was doing that deck profile. On a tier list, I actually think this deck is a fun, I'm gonna say meme tier. I think it's a meme tier deck. I don't even think it's rogue. I think I'd probably be comfortable saying it's meme tier. It's funny to play. Don't bring it to a tournament unless you're just fucking around. Unless you want to go into like, you just catch people off guard, and you go into like the box where you're playing on stream. Like, let's say you're at a DK tournament, you're playing on stream, and he's just like, whoa, what's this, what's that? You want to be known as that guy. Ooh, the guy's playing the Soul Absorbing Bone Tower. Yeah, other than that, don't fucking bring it to a tournament. And if you do bring it to a tournament, don't say I'm the one that made you bring it to a tournament. Don't put this on me. It's on you. It's on you, man. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that I'm doing lately, which is mainly sexual. Come join the stream on Thursday. We should be doing something fun then. Other than that, join the Discord, and goodbye.